What's this? We're back with another Jam Your Hype reaction. Yeah, and we're reacting to top 10. Or it's not top 10. It's just 10 terrifying facts about space.
We all
it might be a bit
space.
spooky. Might be a bit spooky. You never know.
If I'm not spooked out, Adam,
I'm quitting.
I'm already curious as to how they know these facts.
Go.
Yeah.
Let's judge them at their job.
Go.
Wait,
go.
mate. See, wait. See that bar right there? Turn that volume down, bruv. there you go.
Oh, a little bit louder.
Trending presents.
Space is infinitely large,
I could turn mine off,
fascinating, and most of all, infinitely scary. While roughly 99.99%
Voice is
literally
not too
empty
bad.
Space, when you do come across something of substance, there's a halfway decent chance it could easily
To be fair, he's
kill
meant
you,
to sound
or
like
at the
Stephen
very least
Hawking, isn't it,
destroy your
really?
life. Much of what's truly scary about space is millions or even billions of light years away, so there's little chance for it to affect our daily lives. However, space is incredibly unpredictable and completely out of our control. If some rogue star or errant black hole decides that tomorrow is our little blue marble's time to go, then we're just going to have to accept it.
intros
In the
always
meantime,
so
join us as we
bloody
count
long.
down
Just
10
get on with
truly
it.
terrifying facts about the horror film that is our
Yeah,
universe.
to be like us, we just do a 2-second intro.
Yeah. Our galaxy is slowly being sucked away.
They say
To
nature
where?
abhors a vacuum. Well, she should do something about the astronomically powerful vacuum that is slowly but surely sucking up our galaxy like a spaghetti noodle. Roughly 150 to 250
Nice.
million light years away from our own Milky Way galaxy lies an anomaly known as the Great Attractor. A cute name like that betrays just how horrifying
my
this thing
days.
is. Its massive
How?
gravitational pull
That
is
looks
enough to
sick.
send entire galaxies its way,
Does
where
it
they then
really?
Where are
collapse
we?
upon themselves. And very
I want
likely
Mad,
to be
is
in
that
the
what-
Virgo
course with it.
cluster.
Well, no, I
Remember,
thought it
nothing
was
in
just over
space
there.
sits still, and that includes the Milky Way. Our galaxy zips through space at 1.3 million miles per hour.
That's not good,
and
mate.
because the Great Attractor is so gravitationally powerful, we're headed right toward
Oh,
it.
wait, so we...
This isn't likely to happen.
Am I going to be
for a
stupid?
few
So we're
billion
actually
years,
still
but simply
moving.
knowing the universe
Yeah.
has
Milky Way
already
still
decided
moving.
our galaxy's fate
Yeah,
like
bruv.
that is sobering to say the least.
Man,
What's
where we
truly
going?
scary is we still don't actually
Towards the
know
Great
what
Attractor.
Hopefully, we'll
Attractor
just
is.
combine
For
with
one thing,
another
there doesn't
Milky Way,
appear to be
become
enough
this
mass
huge
around that
Milky
area to
Way.
account
That's
for all
it.
that
So if we're still
gravitational
moving, we
pull. Not that we
should
can just
collide
peer
into
a
another
telescope to
galaxy or
find
some
out.
sort.
Yeah.
The Great Attractor is,
Yeah, but they're
weirdly enough,
moving
hidden
as well.
behind what's called the zone of
They might all
avoidance.
be
It's
moving
the
in
part
the
of
same
Milky Way
direction.
that's so cluttered with gases, stars, and space dust that we simply
But you're
can't
right,
see
Jake.
beyond
How
it.
do they
So
know?
whatever the Great Attractor actually
I
is, it
don't
remains
know.
largely a mystery.
That
How
is
can you
because
see
of things like that.
1.3?
Look at that
Endlessly huge
satellite.
and
Wow.
endlessly hungry.
Yeah, but 1.3 million miles away. The
Giant
giant black hole roaming
roaming
through
through
space.
space.
It's a
On the
Henry
right
Hoover.
right now. What with scientists recently capturing our first ever image of these otherwise invisible nightmares. But the Eye of Sauron looking phenomenon that's trending in the news isn't the black hole we should be worried
It's just
about.
Lord of the
There's
Rings.
one far closer and far more capable of crushing us without a single thought.
Was that actually
Given
not a
the
picture of
catchy
Lord of the
name
Rings?
Yeah,
1
100% was.
This hole is wandering
I hope
through
it was.
space
If
at
not,
about
that's
3 million
jokes.
miles per hour.
Ain't that just
You've
what's
been
his
wondering,
face son's
most
name?
black holes remain attached to its
Elon
galaxy,
Musk.
but B31715 plus 425 is something else entirely.
It's just his
A
son's
rogue
name,
black
innit?
hole whose galaxy got ripped to shreds after
His
colliding
galaxy
with a
got
bigger
ripped.
galaxy. Rather than assimilating with a
nuts.
bigger
They
galaxy,
can collide,
as most
see?
black holes do, B31715
Yeah, look what
plus
happens.
425 instead found itself ripped away.
That's effort to say,
hurling
mate.
around
Just
space
shorten
on
it.
its lonesome, sucking
Yeah,
out
why?
whatever's
Why
in
is it
its
called
path.
that?
It's the
Yeah,
intergalactic
just add
equivalent
just
of a
add the
starving
425
tiger
and
that
make it a
escaped
bigger
the zoo
number.
and is
Like,
heading for your backyard.
Imagine
just do the sum.
Just do the addition, he says.
Innit, just add it in.
Wait, imagine trying to say that in a panic.
What's that? It's the B32.
We won't even know because everything around us will instantaneously disappear. B31715 plus
Oh,
425 is a million times more massive than the sun, so it likely won't have
See, these things
Oh my
aren't
God.
scary
destroy our
because
entire galaxy.
we will
They're miles
never
away.
see this happen.
Solar
Ever.
superstorms could leave us in total darkness.
World eaters.
Yeah, this is like, this
light
could
years away
happen.
Are certainly scary, but at least we can sleep knowing they're not likely to kill us in our lifetime. However, there is something that could,
See,
if
Mark,
not kill
you
us,
see what you're saying.
simultaneously destroy our power and technology, sending us back to the Dark Ages with no warning whatsoever. The culprit, our very own sun. Occasionally, the sun emits gigantic solar flares that can generate cosmic solar storms. These storms cause catastrophic levels of UV radiation and energy to hurtle hundreds of millions of miles from the sun's surface in a matter of
Mad.
seconds. If any
See,
of
that's
these
why the
storms come its
closest
way, the
planets are
radiation and
absolutely
energy will
ruined,
likely be
mate.
enough to disable and destroy all things electric. Goodbye internet, GPS, TV,
Wow.
and artificial lighting of any kind. We would instantly be plunged back into pre-technological times, relying on
Do you think you can
whatever
survive?
Oh, that'd be
decides to provide
sick.
for us
Yeah,
and nothing more.
100%.
It would likely take years to recover, and the cost would be trillions of dollars. Don't think for a second it can't happen. Because
Man.
How would it be
a few
trillions
years
of
ago,
dollars?
it
Why are you
almost did.
spending
In
money
July
when there's
2012,
apocalypse?
The sun belched out its most powerful solar flare in over 150 years, sending a huge wave of toxic energy screaming through Earth's orbit.
What
Our
a
planet was
bitch.
getting caught in the crossfire by just 1 week.
Mad.
Had the sun thrown its tantrum just a wee bit sooner, the world today would be mighty different. Very possibly, you wouldn't be watching
What?
this video
Whoa.
right now.
Why?
Nor would I have written
That's
this.
Because
nice, isn't it?
we'd be
Instead,
close.
we'd
Because
farming for
obviously
food
we
and
rotate
huddling
around the sun.
candles
We'd be
for
closer
warmth
to
at
the
night.
sun.
Oh. Why is
That
he
is
fighting on us for, man? That's
You know how our
Yeah,
old
we-
friends, the
we know
dinosaurs,
that.
bid
We
for
know
the
they
world
can
of
strike.
existence thanks to a meteor strike 65 million years ago? Well, that could happen again at literally any time. If a big enough space rock were to enter our atmosphere and punch our planet at top speed, anywhere from 25,000 to 160,000 miles per hour, the
Nah, I
ensuing
would laser
series
it.
of disasters combined with oxygen-choking dust would send almost
We'd need-
all life to an
We'd
early
need
grave.
Superman.
Thankfully, we do have
I
modern
kind of
technology.
we need
would-
Bruce
I-
Willis.
Solar flare doesn't knock it
If
all
I
out
was
first,
old and
that can track
decrepit,
nearby
I'd
meteors,
100%
comets, and
allow that
asteroids.
to
If we
hit
detect
our
one
Earth
maybe
just
close and
to,
large
like-
enough to do major
Well,
damage,
how
we
else
can
would you
worship
stop it?
root
What
words
do you mean
and
allow
destroy
it?
it before it
Yeah,
No,
what are
man,
you gonna
like,
do?
no,
What are you
like,
gonna do
I'd
now?
be,
Wants to hurt us,
no,
it
I'd be
can
so
and will,
happy
no
if that
matter what we
happened.
think. We
Like,
gotta
and I
be
got to
So-
witness that, the end of the
On
earth.
your-
When a
on
meteor
your
entered the
birthday, you'd be like,
atmosphere
yeah, it can
over
happen now.
Russia, it broke apart and the mini rocks wound up injuring hundreds.
Hey,
But what if
my
it had stayed
birthday.
intact? If
No,
it
when you
did,
like
and if
turn
it had
like
been
80
any
on
bigger,
like your
untold
birthday
Yeah,
hits, you go,
yeah.
yeah, I'm happy if it happens now.
If,
Come on.
if that wants to happen,
What
I'm
about your
cool with
kids,
that.
man?
Oh,
Much
that
like
is
an empire
vicious,
conquering
mate.
new lands to become
But
a
man.
bigger empire, there are actually stars out there so dedicated to becoming bigger, brighter stars, they will literally eat nearby stars to become bigger and brighter. Technically called O-type stars.
Is that genuinely
More appropriately
true, though?
nicknamed vampire stars. These predators are typically enormous
What?
blue
Ooh.
giants attached to much smaller stars that serve
That
as
is
the bigger
sick.
star's dinner. Imagine a supermassive Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat sucking his opponent's souls to stay forever young, and you're on the right track. This kind of life isn't meant to last long, and indeed these vampire stars are on a collision course with doom. Once it sucks up enough of its partner star's energy, not only will the smaller star be left a cold, lifeless husk, but the vampire star will grow so massive and so bloated that it will likely explode in a spectacular supernova. Why it's so
Oh,
important to
man.
read.
The
I don't know what that means.
iridinous-
Sometimes the scariest
The
something is
anus.
nothing at all. Take the Iridinous super void, a section of intergalactic space that is just that, super void. There's literally nothing inside, not even dark matter.
That's
That's
mad.
weird.
Scientists estimate the Iridinous supervoid, also known as the CMB cold spot, measures 500 million light years across. A light year spans roughly 5.8
That's weird,
I'd love
though.
to-
miles. So
You see that
multiply
picture, though?
by
You can
500
actually take it with a
million,
camera.
and
I'd
realize there's
love
an
to take
entire
one.
section of space that large, with absolutely nothing around. Now realize that NASA has yet
That's
to
mad.
discover
That's
anything
crazy.
in the universe larger than that. Some think the void may be the largest black hole in
Oh,
the
what's that?
universe, while others actually think it may have formed when a parallel universe collided with our own, stamping out any and all matter found in the middle. While the multiverse theory is
Imagine
certainly
parallel
a field that's
universes.
currently about as plausible as any other
Hey.
explanation for the void's eerie
I would love to
existence.
find out what my parallel self is doing.
Millionaire.
probably
Few sights
Probably
are
trying to
make a
more than
YouTube
starry
channel.
night sky.
He's a rapper.
On clear evening, space can seem positively littered with glowing dots and swirls of different shapes and sizes. It won't last
Gotta
forever,
love
however.
stars in it,
As
man.
depressing as it sounds,
I need to
go
Earth
camping.
bear witness to a sky with
No,
virtually
you don't.
nothing on display. Future
You really
night
don't.
skies will
I do,
see
man.
nothing
No,
but
I do.
endless black. Over
You
the
really
next
don't.
several billion
That's so
years,
I don't
the
know.
galaxy will
Why are you
merge
telling me
with
like
other
that?
galaxies.
I don't.
You wanna go
why are you
glam-
telling me
Out
that?
of view.
You wanna go
Meanwhile,
proper
other
camping,
galaxies
yeah?
will move further
Yeah,
and
why?
further away from us,
Let's do it.
making it difficult
Yeah,
and eventually
thanks.
impossible for us to see them.
Tell me I
Adding to
can't.
that issue is that as the universe
Tell me I don't want
expands,
to. I do want to.
so faster and faster.
You're not allowed.
Where one day you'll see stars and the next they're gone forever.
Oh, hey, look at that.
In billions of years, if we're still around, humans will likely have no idea space even exists. They'll see the sun, the moon, a few extra dots here and there, and that's it. As Scientific American explained,
Wow.
to our distant descendants, the universe will look like a small puddle of stars in an endless, changeless void. It's not quite as romantic as a backlit
Mad.
canopy, but far more
Wait, so the
realistic.
void is just gonna get bigger?
Hmm.
Not everything scary about space is millions or billions
That's how
of miles
Fantastic Four
away.
was made.
Sometimes space can mess with us right in front
Yeah,
of your very
you're right.
eyes. Take a 2016 incident where the rigors of space actually changed a man's genetic buildup to the point where he became an entirely different person. In 2016, an astronaut
No
named
way.
Scott
Wow.
Kelly returned to Earth after a year working in the International Space
Came back as
Station.
Dr.
To his
Evil.
surprise, he learned that he was 2 inches taller than before, which shouldn't happen to adults.
What?
But that's not all. Scientists studied his DNA and discovered that his genetic makeup had dramatically changed compared to when he first left Earth.
That's
This meant that
nuts.
for all intents and
That
purposes,
is
Scott
nuts.
Kelly was literally a new man. He also no longer had an identical
Wow.
twin brother. When he left Earth, fellow astronaut Mike Kelly looked exactly like him. A year later, they were fraternal twins, simply because space worked that way.
That's nuts,
How?
mate.
Scientists believe
That's-
that space is so foreign and so hard on the human body that it can actually alter our cells' basic biology, effectively mutating them. This is what
Shit.
happened to Scott Kelly.
If you're up there
Well,
long enough,
think-
you become a mutant.
Person
Hey,
to
you
this
lot
day.
wanted to go
He's
to
no
Mars
longer 2
as
inches
well.
taller than his brother.
Well, think
I
with
said
no,
no.
Remains altered.
with
He'll
no
likely stay that way
gravity,
for the rest of
there's
his
no
life.
stress on his body. His body can just relax.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going to die in space, chances are it won't happen due to a black hole or a solar flare smacking you in the face. More likely, you'll succumb to the horrors of decompression or exposure to the vacuum of space, which sounds like a terrible way to go. For the most part, if an astronaut suffers decompression, they will die very shortly after. In 1965, a technician at Houston's Johnson Space Center was working in a vacuum chamber. He accidentally detached
That's
the hose,
Boston.
which immediately depressurized his spacesuit. Within seconds, he was unconscious, though thankfully others were present to repressurize his suit in time for him to regain consciousness. Even that brief bit of exposure to what is essentially space damaged the man. He could feel his tongue begin to boil as he passed
Woohoo.
out, and for 4 days afterward, he
Shit.
couldn't taste anything. He wound up being okay, but exposure to that vacuum for even a few seconds longer.
What's he like,
was
flipping Jedi now?
devastating, if not violently fatal.
Alright, this is sick.
That's the thing. You cause enough stress to the body.
Let's close
You-
this video out
you
with a
cost enough-
terrifying space fact that only exists because of us. Look up in the night sky and realize that among the stars and lights, there are likely countless dead bodies up there. We've effectively turned space into
What?
an infinitely large floating cemetery. While we don't do it anymore, the
Do
early
it.
days of exploring
Satellites.
space saw us doing so using animals. We would send dogs, cats, rats, flies, rabbits, frogs, and even a chimpanzee into space, mostly to see what would
And left them
happen.
up there.
As it turned out, nothing good happened, and tragically, many animals died in space. Even worse, many of them are still up there, stuck in spacecrafts that never return to Earth and are
What?
doomed to drift forever through space, alone and forgotten. Even
That
What
is
the
so
fuck?
sad.
human missions met the same fate. Nobody ever collected these spacecrafts either.
That is
meaning countless
nuts.
doomed Major Toms are stuck up there too, floating in their tin cans. far
Mad,
above the
there's
world
just
for all
dead
eternity,
bodies up there
or at least until the
floating
sun catches
around.
them and roasts them to dust.
Mad.
Maybe that's
Do you know
how
what-
aliens are made. They went through different Milky Way.
Do you know what I
Mad.
saw the other day? That there was they said on the moon we've left, I don't know, 72 bags of like urine and poo or something like that. Is like humans had left that. And it's just like no,
Lit already.
there's only been a handful of people that have gone to the moon. You could literally find them people and find them for littering.
I might be wrong. And it only
Give it
been
back to
two
him.
people. And it only been 2 or 3 people that's gone to the moon. No one else.
No,
No, it's more than
it's
that, mate.
more than that.
Is it?
More than that, yeah. Other
Yeah.
countries have done their stuff as well.
China have done it.
China have been, Russia have been, America have
Always
been.
makes you think
Yeah.
though, because we sent all this stuff to Mars and stuff. Why has no one ever gone back to the moon?
But I always think that
Yeah,
as
so-
well.
To be
Because the
Yeah,
fair,
technology we
yeah.
have now, we should be able to see a lot more now.
Yeah, 50, 60 years on, we should be probably even have
We can
people experimenting, like scientists on the moon or science or whatever.
we could send
engineers.
We could send a Mars rover to Mars, and it can look and take pictures. Why is no one doing that to the moon?
because to be fair, like we genuinely haven't been back since we first went there. But why? What's the
They
point?
see
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
They see something. They guarantee saw something.
Now the Mars one is because they obviously want to try and find another civilization, see if
Yeah.
Mars is livable, isn't it? That's why the moon
Mm.
we know isn't livable.
Yeah, the moon 100% is not livable.
But then,
But
like you
I
said,
don't know
you
why
just,
they're
know.
not doing it.
they should
that's why.
they should work on doing like I don't know, set up a base there or something.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd done that by now.
Yeah, but they can't because Dr. Evil's already done that. He's already got a base up there, mate. They can't have 2 bases up there. Then they're going to clash.
You can. It'll just be rival bases.
And to be fair, the moon is blitz.
Dark side of the moon, definitely.
Very cold there.
Yeah.
You're going to need
Well-
more than a jacket.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Don't die in
Peace.
space.